This room is significantly nicer than in Italy, and it was cheaper. So I'm going to actually shower since I have the opportunity to. I'm gonna shower, like rewash my hair because I feel gross. Maybe, I don't know yet. And then change. I'm still debating on if I wear these or the white ones that are dirty because these aren't as comfy. Like they don't come up as high and they're a little too big, but the white ones fit better. So like, why does it matter if they're dirty? And then we're gonna go to the Eiffel Tower. So I went to the Eiffel Tower. I'm here. I made it. We're in Paris. My hotel's like way nicer than the one in Rome. Like if I had been staying in this the past week, would have had zero complaints. I also would have been scared for my life every night. But anyways, went to the Eiffel Tower. I hate to say it. I feel like everything is better online. Like everything's better before you see it. Like was it cool to see? Yes. In my head, I like come up with these scenarios of like how I think it's gonna be, and then it doesn't live up. And it's simply because of the tourism. I like forget I'm not the only tourist. I think that like everyone around me is gonna be locals, and it's just me here to see the Eiffel Tower. Not only is it Taylor weekend, but like it's every weekend, every day. It was like a little hectic. Couldn't really relax ever. I don't know, like it was cool to see, yes. I'm glad I saw it. But it was not what I was picturing. I just wanted to like sit in a little park and look at the Eiffel Tower and eat a crepe. And that's not what happened. But it's okay. I went and bought some goodies. So first I went to a coffee shop and I got a chai latte and a brownie. And it looks ooey gooey amazing. It's giving like raw, but in the best way possible. Like that's dough. Not dough, batter. I don't remember what this is. Like I remember what it was, but the name was weird and I couldn't say it. And honestly, when she said it back to me, she said it differently. So there could be something completely different in this. No, it's it. Yay. Okay. It is kind of messy though, so I'm not going to eat it on the bed. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's cocoa powder all over it. This isn't what I asked for. No. I thought it was because it was the same shape. Not at all. I'm sure it'll be good though. I also got focaccia. Look how good this looks. Are you kidding me? I'm saving it for like after the concert. But now I'm gonna have to get ready. I think it's like 3:45-ish, 4 o'clock. No, I think it's like 4:30. And I said I wanted to leave by like 5. So I'm gonna get ready. Okay. Obviously like I didn't bring much. I did bring glitter, clearly. So all I had were these pink disco balls, and then this is all I'm doing with my hair. Because I also like, as much as I do care, I'm not going to spend the amount of time I did the first time. So we've got glitter, and we've got rhinestones, and disco balls. And I'm just going to wear these, because they're going to be comfy. Actually, okay, I'm going to try on the white. Hold on. Never mind. I'm like kind of embarrassed to wear the white, because they're literally black. So this is what we're wearing. That's it. And I'm going to leave soon, as soon as my phone charges up more, because I'm worried about that, but.
No, wait.
So here's the deal. There's no such thing as bad dancing tonight. We started this band when we were 12 and 13 years old. And somehow, 20-something years later, we're here with you in Paris. You're making me feel like I get to play a sold-out show in Paris on a Friday night. To get to say these words to you tonight. Paris! Bienvenue dans l'Eras Tour! Yesterday, my friend Haley and I were just kind of going back down memory lane about how we started out as two teenagers in Nashville who write songs for a living, and we can't quite believe that we get to be on tour together playing a show in Paris. We're gonna be doing this one era at a time. Is that okay with you, Paris? You're never getting back together.
Let me settle down. Let me set you up better. And plug my phone in. Just had the night from hell. It was giving kidnapped abroad. Kidnapped internationally. I underestimated the ability to charge a phone wherever. And I also underestimated my ability to get back to my hotel. We'll talk about Taylor when I'm not stressed out. But basically, I left the stadium, just followed the pack. I just wanted to get out to the street. I had about 10% left, which is my fault, like completely fully my fault, just irresponsible. Luckily, I brought my charger. I almost didn't bring it. I would have been literally shit out of luck if I didn't bring my charger. Like, I would still be on the streets, probably dead. Anyways, following the path, I didn't want to bring up my maps yet to save power, and I was like, this all looks recognizable. I know where I'm going. And then I pull up the maps, like when it kind of starts to get a little foggy, and it's like, oh, you need to go this way, blah, 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 blah. The picture was ridiculous because you have to go up and down stairs and stuff. So I tried my best. It took me away from everyone. It took me to an underground, like it was just absolutely, I was not supposed to be there. I'm like, okay, at this point, I just want to see people because like, why do I not see anyone? I haven't even been walking that long and I have seen no one. So I'm just trying to find the path again. So there's so many different levels and there's just no one around. I'm like, I've been gone maybe 3 minutes at most. Like, where did everyone disappear to? Where are all the Swifties that I feel safe with? So I'm pulling up and I'm like, I just want to call an Uber. I just want to get on a road so I can call an Uber. Because at this point it was just like massive parks and underground. So I find a road. I'm down to a good 4%, probably less, I think. Call an Uber. He says 4 minutes away, cancels on me. I was like, okay. It connects me to another one. It says like 9 minutes away. I was like, oh my God, I'm at 3 and 2% at this point. Not gonna last 9 minutes. So I'm like putting my phone down. I messaged him and I was like, my phone's gonna die. Can you please still pick me up? I was at a sketchy bus stop. Luckily, 2 Swifties were there. I don't know what they were doing, but they were just hanging out. So that was the only reason I felt semi-safe. Phone dies. That's when I start panicking. I asked him if they had a charger and all that, and like, nope, okay. So I was like, it said like right before it died, he was 4 minutes away. So I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if he comes. He hasn't come in a while, so I'm panicking. So they mapped out a hotel for me to get to, start trekking. And it's getting like very empty streets. No businesses open. Finally find the sketchy hotel. I go in. I am like, can I charge my phone in here? Because some businesses are weird, and he doesn't speak a lick of English. And I was like, he thinks I was asking for a charger. He somehow had one. So that was nice. He was going to give it to me. But he definitely was like pissed. And I was like, oh no, I have one. He was like, like he just did not know what I was saying and didn't care. But I charged it. But my Uber was still connected, and he was literally still on the way. He was like, where are you? And I was like, oh, I left because my phone died and I was panicking. And I waited. And so he was like, oh no, I'll still come and get you. He was so sweet. He was like in a suit, felt so safe. Thank God. And he drove me home, and it was like 3 minutes away actually. I was scared I was going the opposite direction, but I made it. My mommy is gonna kill me when she finds out what happened, because I could have died on the streets of Paris. I was ready to, I had some money, but I only had like 50 euros. I had 50 euros. I was willing to give those girls 50 euros to call me an Uber. I was close. I never cried though. Never cried. But it is almost like 1 a.m. and I need to get up at 4 a.m. So I'm gonna go to bed. Okay, we just go get a taxi at 4:30. He's gonna be here, apparently. I don't fucking know how taxis work. I do, but... And then we're going to the airport. So bye. I'm finally home. Finally, I made it home. Against all odds, I made it home. Oh my god. What a crazy last 24 hours, honestly. Ugh. So I left you off when I somehow got home from the concert. That night was scary. I've never been more like unsure of myself in a way where I was like, no, I could die tonight. Like there's a good chance I would be kidnapped and killed. But I made it. We're here. I'm honestly more shocked that I made it through both days of flying internationally alone with no problems. I'm home all of 24 hours and I already am sick. To recap on the concert and on Paris in general, I was only there for like 12 hours, so it wasn't anything crazy. I went to the Eiffel Tower. It was cool to see, super touristy, and also mugs, don't touch it. I realized I was more confident in my head about doing things solo in a foreign place than I thought I was, because I was like constantly overthinking everything for no reason. So like I just need to get over that before I go do something solo internationally again. Still enjoyed seeing it. I did underestimate the amount of money it was gonna take to do things on an international trip. I am broke now and need to find a job pretty quickly. As for the concert, I don't even have words for what Miss Swift does. I ended up walking with someone from my hotel. They were very nice. They were from Canada, and she actually has my mom's exact name, which was really weird. And so we walked there, and it was kind of hard to get to the arena. When I booked this hotel, it was like 15-minute walk to the arena. I was like, oh my god, okay, perfect. It was a 30-minute walk, and it was like, you have to cross this bridge, you have to go down these stairs, you have to go down more stairs over this bridge, take a left, and like, it was just kind of a lot. Like, I don't think I could have done it by myself if I hadn't found them and walked with them. I got to my seat, everything was fine. I drank 3 beers before Taylor came on, like during the Paramore set, because, you know, just wanted to feel loosey-goosey. Like, it wasn't enough to make me drunk, it was just enough to make me not as self-conscious sitting there alone at a concert, which I've gone alone before, but I went alone to Renee Rapp when I was standing on general admission, and so like no one can see you, like you're just standing in a crowd. And this was like, there were people up behind you and there was no one sitting next to me. So I was like, why am I literally on a stage right now? It feels like every single person behind me is just watching me, which they're not. They're watching Paramore, but like, and like the lights were on. So it got better as the lights went off and like Taylor came on. But anyways, I went to the bathroom. I skipped the last Paramore song because I realized I didn't really know it and I had to pee so badly. I was like, I have to just go. It'll be quick and I'll be back before Taylor comes on. I also wanted one more beer because I was like, I'm like not that tipsy, but one more beer would make it perfect. Like I would be loosey-goosey as all hell. So I wanted to get one beer. The line wasn't like crazy long, but then it hit me in the beer line. I was like, oh no, I have to pee. And then I was like, pee or beer? Like, which is more important to me right now? Like not feeling self-conscious or peeing. So I left the line to go pee. I made it to maybe like 5th in line. We were in a men's restroom. I made it to like 5th in line. And all of a sudden, I hear applause. I said, no, please no. Because the line wasn't moving quickly. I could not, it's not like I was gonna come in and pee and be back in my seat. I also had walked kind of far to find like a smaller line. I heard applause and I panicked. I was like, I have to go. Because if I miss the opening of the show, I will never forgive myself because the opening makes me super emotional and it's so exciting and I wouldn't forgive myself. So I left the line. I wasted all this time. I got nothing. I didn't get my beer or pee. And at this time, I have to pee, like badly. It's to the point where my bladder already kind of hurts a little bit. And if someone were to poke me in my bladder, I would have peed my pants. And the concert hadn't even started. And I'm not the type to miss anything in that concert. I will sit it out. And it would have been maybe like manageable if I was on the end of a row. I was in the middle of a row. In the arena in Paris, super unsafe feeling. Like it felt like I could fall over at any moment. There was no like handrails walking up these steps, and the steps are really steep, like way steeper than a normal arena. And I was like, if anyone falls, we're done for. We're done for, especially leaving the concert, done for. She comes out. This is the most I have cried at any concert I've ever been to. I think it was just because I was alone. Because, like, when I'm with other people, it's not, like, I'm not as in my head as much or, like, thinking about it as much. Like, I'm just having fun with my friends. I cried when she came out. I cried during, like, most of her opening. I cried during the bridge of Cruel Summer because everyone was screaming it, and it makes me emotional when, like, the entire crowd is screaming the same thing. I cried during the entire set of Fearless, the whole thing. Fearless makes me so emotional because it's just, like, high school vibes. It just makes me so emotional. So the entire time I was just sitting there crying, like just wiping, like everyone around me was probably like, she needs medication. I also, like, I went into this not knowing any spoilers about the Tortured Poets department, so I didn't want to know anything. So I didn't know when it was coming, and so I was just constantly on edge, like constantly, and I was like, oh god. And I didn't know she changed outfits. I didn't know that she changed like the cool graphics in between. So the whole time I was like, anytime there was something new. And then I realized she left out Archer, and I knew that she was gonna have to leave things out to not make the show crazy long. So the Archer, I was fine with it, not like one of my absolute favorite diehards. So like I was fine with Archer. And then we go to Speak Now, and I had been looking forward. I literally texted my friends as soon as Speak Now started. I texted and I said, oh my fucking god, I forgot about Long Live. Because that's one of my favorite songs, and I cry every time I listen to it, and all I was waiting for was to cry to Long Live, screaming it in an arena, and then she skipped it. I was so butthurt. It literally felt like a personal attack, and then it only gets worse. But I was like, it's fine, Kendall. Quipping ungrateful. You get a whole Tortured Poets department set. Quipping ungrateful. And so I was just trying to talk myself through missing out on my favorite songs. So then we have Red. Amazing. I was kind of worried she wasn't going to sing All Too Well just because it was 10 minutes to save. Thank God she did. Cried the whole time. I cried when she gave out the 22 hat because the girl was adorable and she was just like so shocked to be on like the big screen, and I was just a sobbing mess. And then of course cried during the entirety of All Too Well, like the full 10 minutes crying. They switched it up, so I don't know the exact order anymore, but 1989, I don't know if it was 1989 or the Evermore one but first, but so 1989, phenomenal as usual. The 1989 set, I think, is my least favorite set. Not least favorite, but like I feel the like most detached during the 1989 set because I like songs that make me cry. The songs that make me emotional, or the times in the concert that make me emotional, is what I feel the most like attached to, just because it's more of like a fun dance party type of vibe. Like, it's still really fun, it just doesn't make me emotional. Shocker. You would think it would for some reason. But then the folklore set came on, and I immediately got weird vibes. I was like, why is this immediately different? She sang Cardigan first, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, I'm fine losing the one. If I'm gonna lose something on folklore, I'm okay with the one in The Last Great American Dynasty. And then, so she sings Cardigan, and she sings Betty, and then she sang Champagne Problems, and I was like, is that it? Like, did we just skip my number one favorite Taylor Swift song, which is August? And I was like, oh no. I was like, we did not skip August. I texted my friend so fast. I was like, not August. Literally, of all of the songs, not August. And then she sang something else from Evermore. I think it was like Marjorie or something. And then, oh my god, I had already come to accept that I wasn't going to hear August, because she played two Evermore songs. And then I heard the first chord of August, and I instantly started crying. I was like, thank God. Like, it was instant tears the second I heard the and I was a mess the whole time. Like, more of a mess than I ever was during that song, just because I didn't think I was getting it. Like, it's songs like that and times like that in the concerts that make me, like, that I'll remember forever. And it's not like the fun poppy 1989 songs. Like, that's why I like the emotional ones. But then she like kept jumping around and I realized it was an Evermore / folklore set. And I realized something else tragic. That we didn't get Tolerated. The first time I saw her perform Tolerated, my jaw was on the floor, and it was the hardest I cried in the entire concert. Over every other sad song, Tolerate It was the one that I cried. Like, I was about to throw up. I was crying so hard. And we skipped it. And that took me, I was recovering from skipping Tolerate It while Reputation was on. Like, I was really, really trying hard to not be upset about it. Because then again, I was like, you're being ungrateful, Kendall. Quit being ungrateful. Like, why am I complaining when she's doing all this for us? It's like, that was the mindset I was stuck in during the Reputation set. And so I felt like I was, and don't forget, at this point I still gotta pee. So I'm still bouncing around trying to hold my bladder. So I was just trying to cope with the fact of losing Tolerate It during Reputation. So I feel like I wasn't fully present for Reputation as much as I could have been. Also, especially when Delicate started playing, I was like, we chose Delicate over Tolerate It. And not even from like a personal Tolerate It being like one of my favorite songs vibe. More of like I can't believe she took that performance out of the show. Because that performance was ungodly. It was so good. Everyone needs to witness the Tolerate It performance. And I cannot believe she took it out. I cannot believe. It is such a good performance. The acting, oh my god, it was so good. And I'm just shocked she took it out. But then Captain Delicate, it's like I feel like she had to keep Delicate in because people love the 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. And that's not... Delicate's probably like bottom half of songs for me. Like, I just don't grasp it like other people do. I don't know why everyone loves Delicate like that, but it's not one of my favorites. So then I moved on, and then I don't know what was next. I assumed the Torture Poets Department was next, and I can't even form coherent thoughts about that set. It felt like that set was on another level of the concert. Like, it was so good. It was so good. The people next to me were sitting down during it. I was like, y'all don't even know what you're witnessing right now. You don't even get it. This is insane. The outfit, the multiple outfits, my jaw open the whole time. And I had to record. I'm not the concert recorder when I go with my friends because I hate recording during concerts because I like to sing as loud as I can and not have to worry about my phone. And no one was there to record for me, so I had to record, and I was like trying to hold it down here. But you can hear me in the video still because I'm fucking screaming. But Daddy, I Love Him, I have said so many times how badly I want to scream that song at the top of my lungs, and it was perfect. It was everything I could imagine. Amazing. And then Into So High School made me emotional. of course. And then I don't know what order we went in, but Down Bad, amazing. I just love Down Bad. It's such a vibey song. So good. I think she picked amazing songs to play for this set. And of course she has to sing Fortnite. It's not one of my top probably 8. Like, yes, I love it, but it's not one of my top 8, I think. So like I wanted a couple others, but it was still really good. The bed thing, phenomenal. But oh my god, the best two. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me in a stadium of screaming fans with what she was doing on stage was an out-of-body experience. I'm not even kidding. That song by itself was worth all of the money that I spent on this concert and traveling. It was so, I don't even know the correct vocabulary word. I need a Taylor word for this. But it was just so insane to experience that. Her on the platform that like flies down the stage. It was just insane. The female rage during that song, insane. And then The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. The second I heard that first chord, that was the one song I really, really wanted her to play because I wanted the bridge, and it did not disappoint. Didn't disappoint. So good. The drums and the toy soldier like choreography with them falling. It just felt like the whole choreography, all of the costumes, the sets was literally just so elevated from the rest of the concert. It was unreal. And then with her like dying and then having to pick her up in like a marionette doll into I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Again, unreal. Out of body experience. It almost made losing Tolerate It worth it. Yeah, that was the end of it. And then we did the surprise songs and I got, why am I blanking? Oh, I got the amazing Is It Over Now with the Out of the Woods Bridge mashup. And oh my god. I remember hearing that the very first time she did that. Like I was watching the TikTok live when she did that song and I audibly screamed and was like dancing around to the Out of the Woods Bridge like a madman. And then just to find out that I get it live, of all the mashups she does, I get that one live. Out of body experience. And then I got My Boy Only Bakes. My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. Another just amazing. And then for the next night, they didn't even get a Tortured Poets Department surprise song. So I feel like I got really lucky and got an extra Tortured Poets Department song. Just absolutely insane. And then you know the story of how I almost died on the way home. But made it home. That is my recap for the Paris concert and Paris environment. Paris in of itself, honestly, was nicer than Rome. Like, the people were nicer than the people in Rome were, which is shocking because I feel like everyone says how everyone in Paris hates Americans. So I don't know if they were just on something because it was Taylor weekend, but if you made it all this way, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along in all of my travel journeys. I will be getting back to books and reading vlogs and whatnot now that I am home and can relax. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.